Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted Wednesday evening of recruiting and grooming underage girls 4 years as Jeffrey Epstein's madam, capping a stunning fall from grace for the British socialite who could now spend the rest of her life behind bars. Maxwell, who turned 60 Christmas Day, sat still as a unanimous verdict on 5 of 6 counts was read aloud. When it was done, she poured herself a cup of water from a Fiji bottle and took a swig, then conferred with her lawyer. She showed no emotion as she was hauled out of federal court in Lower Manhattan in front of her siblings, who were seated in the front row. The jury deliberated for 5 full days, requesting troves of evidence and sordid witness testimony that was presented during the month-long case, before finding Maxwell guilty. A sentencing date has not yet been set. The road to justice has been far too long. But today, justice has been done, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York Damian Williams said in a statement. I want to commend the bravery of the girls, now grown women, who stepped out of the shadows and into the courtroom. Their courage and willingness to face their abuser made this case and today's result possible. Maxwell's lawyers had argued, in closing statements, that she was an innocent scapegoat in the Epstein saga, while prosecutors convinced the 12 jurors she was a sophisticated predator who exploited young vulnerable girls. The Oxford-educated heiress, youngest child to the late publishing tycoon Robert Maxwell, was convicted on nearly all counts, including sex trafficking of minors, the top charge that carries a maximum of 40 years in prison. That count relates to the allegations of one of the 4 accusers, who testified using her first name, Carolyn, detailing how she gave hundreds of sexualized massages to Epstein as a teenager living in Palm Beach, Florida, sessions that Maxwell helped arrange. The other counts Maxwell was found guilty of are as follow. She was acquitted of count 2, entice a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts, which related to allegations from a woman going by the pseudonym Jane, who testified that she was sexually abused by Epstein at his Palm Beach estate when she was 14 in 1994. Jurors earlier in the week indicated they needed more clarity on the charge, asking Judge Alison Nathan for the definition of enticement. Since the start of Maxwell's trial November 29, prosecutors sought to portray her to jurors as inexorably linked to Epstein, including in his pursuit of underage girls to sexually abuse. Maxwell was Jeffrey Epstein's right hand, Assistant U.S. Attorney Alison Moe said in her closing statement. Maxwell and Epstein were partners. They were partners in crime who sexually exploited young girls together, Moe said. Over the course of 3 weeks, prosecutors called 24 witnesses, including 4 accusers who detailed how Maxwell groomed them for abuse by Epstein, and how she at times participated in the sexual contact. The first accuser to take the stand, Jane, told the jury that she met Maxwell and Epstein when the pair approached her at a Michigan arts camp in the early 1990s, when she was 14 years old.